In this video, we will explain absolutely everything you need to know to travel to Doha, the capital of Qatar. This is the definitive guide and the most complete video you will watch today about the jewel of the Middle East that hosted the 2022 World Cup. We will cover everything from the logistics of how the Qatar Airways stopover works to visit the city almost for free. What are the strict dress code rules you need to respect so as not to be embarrassed, where to find the Venice of Arabia, and how to visit a public hospital dedicated exclusively to falcons? So let us get started. Doha has ceased to be just a connecting airport and has become an impressive, futuristic, and cultural destination. It is a city where mirrored skyscrapers coexist with traditional markets that smell of spices and oud perfume. It is one of the richest and safest countries in the world where the metro has no driver and is luxurious, and where the desert meets the sea in a unique way. Now let us move on to logistics and planning. What is the best time to visit Doha? This is a matter of survival. Qatar is a desert. The best time runs from November to April. In these months, the climate is pleasant with temperatures between 70 and 85 degrees Fahrenheit, perfect for walking outdoors and going to the desert. The worst time is summer from May to October. The heat is unbearable, reaching 120 degrees with high humidity. In these months, you can only stay inside malls and hotels. If your connection is at this time, prepare not to walk on the street during the day. And how many days to stay in Doha? If it is just a stopover long connection, 2 days are enough to see Souk Waqif and the Museum of Islamic Art. To see the complete city, visit the desert, and enjoy the beaches, the ideal is 4 full days. Now let us talk about transportation and how to get around Doha. To arrive, you will land at Hamad International Airport, which is frequently voted the best in the world. Take the opportunity to take a picture with the famous giant lamp bear in the lobby. To leave the airport and get around the Doha Metro is the best option. It is extremely modern, clean, and cheap. There are 3 lines, red, green, and gold. The red line connects the airport to the center and the modern region of West Bay. Uber also works perfectly and is cheap compared to Europe or the United States. An affordable luxury tip. In the metro, there is the Gold Club category. For a slightly higher price, about $3 to $4 for a day pass, you travel in first-class cars with leather seats, which are usually empty. Staying in a good region will make your trip much easier. The strategy in Doha is to choose between tradition and modernity. The first option, and our favorite, is the Souk Waqif and Mishireb region. Staying inside or near Souk Waqif in the Tivoli brand boutique hotels is a magical experience. You are in the heart of the culture, close to restaurants and the metro. Mishireb is the neighboring neighborhood, super technological and sustainable. The second option is West Bay. It is the region of futuristic skyscrapers. It is where the large international luxury hotel chains are located. It is good for those who want views and luxury, but you will need transport to go to cultural sites. The third option is the Pearl. It is an artificial island where expats and the wealthy live. It has a resort vibe with a marina and designer shops, but it is far from the historic center. We created this personalized map that explains exactly which is the best central region to stay. Staying near Souk Waqif or in West Bay, you cannot go wrong. We will leave here on the screen QR code and in the video description the link to this exclusive map. We created them on the hotel site we always use, as it always has the best prices and reliable options. We will also leave links to the hotels we have already stayed at and approved. In all destinations, we always recommend one that is very cheap and super well located for those who want to save money, and another that is a little better in the same location but a little more expensive with more comfort. These are great options tested by us. An important tip to save on accommodation is the advanced strategy. During major events or local school holidays, prices rise. If you are flying Qatar Airways, check the stopover packages on the airline website, which offer 4- and 5-star hotels for symbolic prices, sometimes starting at $30 a night for those who stay up to 4 days in the country. And remembering that in this link below, we always organize everything you need to set up your entire trip for the lowest price on a single page. The sites we use to build our trips, and that have everything much cheaper, such as international eSIM cell phone chip, to have internet essential for Uber travel insurance with discount mandatory in Qatar tickets for desert tours, good and cheap hotels we have already stayed at, and the global account to carry dollars. Save this page in your favorites. Now let us get to the main attractions with details you cannot miss. Attraction number 1 is Souk Waqif. It is the traditional market of Doha. Unlike other Arab markets that are chaotic, this one is very clean, organized, and safe, but maintaining the old mud architecture. Walk through the alleys smelling spices and perfumes. Vital tip, visit the Falcon Hospital. It is next to the souk. It is a public hospital where Qataris take their pet falcons, which cost thousands of dollars for a checkup. You can enter for free, see the falcons waiting for care, and even take a picture with one on your arm if you ask the staff. Nearby are also the stables of the Arabian horses and camels of the Royal Police, which you can visit. Attraction number 2 is the Museum of Islamic Art, MIA. The architecture of the building, designed by the famous I.M. Pei, is already worth a visit. It sits on an artificial island on the Corniche. The collection is impressive with pieces from all over the Islamic world. The view of the Doha skyline from the museum courtyard is the postcard photo of the city. The ticket costs about $14. Attraction number 3 is the National Museum of Qatar. Known as the Desert Rose, the building is an architectural work of art that looks like interlocking sand crystals. Inside, the exhibition is super technological and tells the history of the country from the days of pearl diving to the discovery of oil and gas. It is unmissable. Attraction number 4 is the Qatara Cultural Village. It is a huge cultural complex. Visit the Blue Mosque Qatara Masjid, which is beautiful, and the Gold Mosque. See the open-air marble amphitheater that resembles the Colosseum and the Pigeon Towers. There is also a public beach and the luxury shopping mall, Galeries Lafayette, which has an outdoor air conditioning system to cool down those walking. Attraction number 5 is the Pearl and Connaught Quartier. The Pearl is a luxurious artificial island. The area called Connaught Quartier was built to imitate Venice with canals, bridges, and colorful buildings. It is a great place to have coffee and take European photos in the Middle East. Attraction number 6 is the Desert Safari. You need to hire a 4x4 tour. The driver will deflate the tires and do radical maneuvers on the dunes dune bashing. The highlight is reaching the inland sea, Khor Al, one of the few places in the world where the sea enters the desert and the dunes end right in the water. The view of Saudi Arabia on the other side is incredible. An important tip that will save you time and money is to buy tickets for tours in advance. The Desert Safari needs to be booked before. We will leave in the QR code on the screen and in the description the link to the site where we always buy tickets and tours for the lowest price and safely. Now, let us move on to gastronomy. Eating in Doha is a journey. Local food is based on rice, lamb, and spices. The national dish is makbous, a rice seasoned with meat or chicken served in generous portions. You need to try karak tea with milk cardamom and saffron, accompanied by chapati Indian bread or ragag crispy crepe. The most famous and cheap place for this is the tea shop Tea Time, or Chez Al Shumos in Souk Waqif. It costs cents and is delicious. For dinner, the restaurant Parisa in Souk Waqif is spectacular. It looks like a Persian palace of mirrors. Quick and in-depth. Shopping tips. Souk Waqif is the place to buy spices, fabrics, oud perfumes, and gold. The Gold Souk has 18 and 22 karat jewelry with competitive prices and incredible design. For modern malls, the Villaggio Mall is unmissable. It imitates Venice, has a canal with real gondolas inside and an artificial sky painted on the ceiling. Place Vendôme is the newest and most luxurious mall inspired by Paris. What to do at night? Nightlife in Doha is different. Alcohol consumption is prohibited in public places. You can only drink in licensed bars and restaurants located inside international hotels. Local night happens at Souk Waqif, smoking shisha hookah on the terraces, drinking tea and watching the movement until late. The night view of the West Bay skyline from the Corniche seaside boardwalk is beautiful. And if you are traveling with kids, Doha is very family-friendly. The National Museum has interactive galleries for children. The Villaggio Mall has an indoor amusement park with a roller coaster. The Alioli Museum in Qatara focuses on creative play. Mandatory documentation for international tourists and dress code rules. Documentation. Most Western citizens generally do not need a visa for tourism for up to 30 or 90 days depending on the rule. You need a passport valid for at least 6 months. Travel Insurance Qatar has started requiring mandatory travel insurance covering health. Sometimes they require specific insurance from Qatari companies costing about $15 a month. Check the updated rule before boarding, but never travel without your complete international insurance. Dress code. Qatar is a conservative Islamic country. In public places like malls, markets, and museums, men and women must cover their shoulders and knees. Avoid tank tops, short shorts, mini skirts, and cleavage. In hotels and private beaches, bikinis and Western clothes are allowed. Respect to be respected. And to combine your trip, Doha is the perfect hub to combine with any destination in Asia, Thailand, Japan, Maldives, or Africa. Since Qatar Airways flies all over the world, you do the stopover on the way there or back and gain an extra trip. If you liked this complete and deep guide, like the video and subscribe to our channel to travel more and better around the world. Thank you very much and have a safe trip.